I wish we hadn't called it Warcraft. That's coming from a creative director at Blizzard. I wish we hadn't called it Warcraft because Warcraft sounds too violent. I'm not even kidding. We're gonna talk about this. This is the state of modern Blizzard. That Warcraft sounds too violent. Their game with orcs, which are the orcs people now too. The orcs and humans killing each other. We can't call it Warcraft because it's too violent. You can't make this up. Anyway, we're going to talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. If you missed out on the Crimson Wren hardcover, either the first or second offering, you can still back it on Kickstarter. We're going to leave this open until we start fulfilling, so it'll be open for another month or so. Check it out. We've got the book, and we've got some D20 cards, some prints, some pins, some things that were not available before. Check that out on Kickstarter. So we got to walk it back here a little bit. There was a podcast, and let's see here. This was Chris Metzen, executive creative director of Blizzard, being paraphrased as saying, "I wish we hadn't called it Warcraft. It sounds intimidating, but I'm like, nobody really thinks that about Warhammer. It's an understood name." So they actually were interviewing Holly Longdale, who is the World of Warcraft executive producer now and vice president. And saying that I wish we wouldn't have called it Warcraft. Now she's saying that's what Metzen was saying. They're talking about how they have a difference between World of Warcraft Classic having a completely different audience, than modern Warcraft. So here's the section where she talks about Metzen. The Warcraft IP has been underutilized. Warcraft is an iconic IP and one that's been expanded upon. There are countless novels and comics. There was a major movie in 2016. I forgot that existed. And there have been other Warcraft-based games, including the digital card game Hearthstone. Yet Longdale feels Warcraft can go further. It's a fantastic IP. In my humble opinion, it's been underutilized, and I just want to bring it to as many people as possible. And that means evolving what Warcraft means, what it is, and where it's going. Oh my God, they're going to D&D it. They totally are. They're gonna make Warcraft a cozy game. Have they done that yet? Have they have like a World of Warcraft? Well, I guess you can farm it. I'm just saying, like, have they done that? Have they done like a cozy game with orcs? I could see that. We want it to be approachable. Chris Matskin is sometimes like, I wish we hadn't called it Warcraft. It sounds intimidating, but I'm like, nobody really thinks that about Warhammer. It's an understood name. Well, yeah, because Warhammer is a thing. But they're trying to pull the teeth out of Warhammer too. I mean, this is just insane because the original Warcraft games were real-time strategy games, and I played the shit out of the first two. Like, I love the first two Warcrafts. I'm gonna be honest, I never really got into World of Warcraft that much. I definitely was an Ultima player. I used to play Ultima Online all the time. Even after it was deprecated, I used to play on private shards. And I don't know if I've talked about this before. So I never really got into World of Warcraft because I'm like, I sunk so much of my youth into Ultima Online that I didn't want to do that again. And when World of Warcraft was, at its peak, really, I was working a lot and I couldn't do it. But I saw my friends playing it and stuff. I'm like, man, it looks awesome because I love Warcraft, but I know if I start playing this game, I am never coming back. So I never really got into it that much. But this is a woman they put in charge now. This is what she said. This idea of third space in our online worlds, we can't even define what it means exactly, but we're working on figuring that out. Oh my God, they're going to do the Sims, Warcraft Sims. They're gonna, you can date each other. You can, you can have sexual relations with orcs. You probably can now. I don't know. We want people to come in, hang out, have birthdays, weddings, raids, grand adventures, play with their friends. It's the Sims. Grand adventures, play with our friends, meet new friends, all the things that World of Warcraft has been good at for over 20 years. At the same time, we want to take advantage of 20 years of stories that have been told and not told and start bringing it out to the world in a broader way. That's my goal and vision. The challenge is to make Warcraft appeal more broadly without sacrificing what it is. We're never going to stop doing the things people love, Longdale concludes. But at the same time, we have a bigger vision than simply being an MMORPG. Oh my God, they're going to turn it into a lifestyle brand. Blizzard is lost, man. Blizzard is cooked. They're going to turn it into a lifestyle brand. They're going to have like purses and pumps with orcs on it. Oh my God. Feminine hygiene products with orcs. So this is Peter Gurnis. Okay. He's from, Cyber Populist. Your favorite vendor's worst nightmare. Okay. Well, he said, I'm a senior vice president at 68. Okay. He's talking about Activision Blizzard. I'm a senior vice president at a $68 billion gaming company. That'd be this Longdale. We have a 30-year-old franchise, WARCraft, millions of players, a subscription model that prints $15 a month per user, a cash shop on top of that subscription, paid expansions on top of the cash shop. Our former creative director just told the press he wishes he hadn't called it WARCraft. Well, that's what so I blame this Longdale. He might have said that, but she was paraphrasing him. So it might have been something he said offhandedly, but she wants to turn it into a lifestyle brand. So I think she's going to use everything she can use at her disposal to try to turn WARCraft into a lifestyle brand. And it'll be like, well, even our senior creative director said he wished we wouldn't call it WARCraft. Because literally the game was about war and crafting units and crafting, buildings and mining gold and lumber and the whole thing. That was the game. That was literally the game. You were crafting and you're fighting a war, humans versus orcs. That was the original WARCraft. And it was so simple and so good. God, those first two games were so good. He said the name sounded intimidating. He helped create the name. We ran focus groups. The focus group said the brand needed to be more approachable. No. Okay, so he's misunderstanding. It was this Longdale who is saying that he said this. I don't think he wasn't in this interview. This was her, right? Yeah, this is World of Warcraft game director Ian Hazakostas. And yeah, that's who they were interviewing. It wasn't Metzen. She was paraphrasing what he said. But I mean, the point still stands. This is the mindset at Blizzard right now, is that WARCraft, it sounds too violent. She said, yeah. Our VP, yeah, here we go. Okay. We ran focus groups. Focus groups said the brand needed to be more approachable. We asked focus groups if they played the game. They did not. We took their advice anyway. Our VP told an interviewer, we want to play to experience weddings, raids, and new adventures. She listed weddings first before raids in a game called WARCraft. Nobody in the room flinched. No, because that's the mindset. Activision Blizzard, this is how they think now, right? And it's gotten worse since Microsoft bought them. But this is really how this company thinks. This is what happens when you let non-game players make the calls at a video game company. This is why I think all these layoffs are good. This is why I think it's good that we're losing a third of the AAA video game industry, because those people don't belong in the video game industry. They're not gamers. They don't know what gamers want. They're suits, focus groups, and shit like that. No, a real gamer is going to know or have a sense of what a gamer is going to want. And the guys who created WARCraft, who were there at the very beginning, knew what gamers wanted, right? She compared the franchise unfavorably to a competitor, Warhammer, on the record as a defense of the franchise. The forums are on fire. 20-year veterans are writing goodbye posts. One thread is titled, I think I'm done with WoW. Another, wow. Wow, I think I'm done with WoW. Another calls our pre-patch a player purge. We call the Raiders delusional. We timed a cash shop bundle to launch during the Trading Post anniversary, the one where players earned free cosmetics. We offered 200 discounted items, but kept the monthly currency cap at 1,000. The math doesn't work unless you open your wallet. The community noticed. We describe their concerns as feedback. We're monitoring. We're always monitoring. Players say we're Disneyfying the game, turning gritty into cute. Yeah. War into weddings, orcs into mascots. They're not wrong. The data says approachable properties have wider TAM, total addressable market. That's the metric now. Okay. See also every other fucking male franchise, Marvel, just comic books in general, anime, tabletop gaming. That's what they're doing. They keep thinking if we make it for women or we make it female friendly, we're going to keep all the male players too, the ones we've had for 20 years. And then we're going to add to that. And no, it actually becomes a zero-sum game at that point, because it's either you get the new audience or you keep the old audience, but you're not doing both. That's why they have World of Warcraft Classic, because they're trying to have their cake and eat it too. And you're going to have to pick. You're going to have to pick a lane. And they're going to go, well, knowing how they think now, they're going to chase after this new audience. They're going to destroy themselves, just like Dungeons and Dragons, just like Marvel Comics, just like Star Wars. Good luck with all that. TAM doesn't have 20 years of muscle memory and lore knowledge and raid nights that turn into real friendships. TAM is a number in a slide deck that makes a board feel comfortable. We added player housing. Players have asked for it since 2004. We launched it in 2026. 22 years later, we described this as listening to our community. We're good at listening. Eventually, when the feature aligns with the monetization roadmap. Yeah, it's all these companies now. Here's what I know and cannot say in a meeting. The name was never the problem. The name built this. The name survived server crashes and subscription drops and an Activision merger and harassment scandal and $68 billion acquisition. The name is WARCraft, and for 30 years, nobody was confused about what it meant. The problem is not that new players find the name intimidating. The problem is that old players are starting to find it unrecognizable, and we don't have a focus group for that. This guy here, coming to the U.S. in the mid-'90s and witnessing WARCraft and my friend's Dell was pure magic. Yeah, I mean, I watch my friends play it, but I'm like, I know if I get into World of Warcraft, I'm not coming back, right? They ran focus groups. The focus groups didn't play the game. They took their advice anyway. Yeah. Betrayers of the Realm. I met my husband playing Hearthstone. We were both guild masters. He hoarded me Alliance. He was a huge WoW streamer. Duck Sauce. Okay. A server and faction changed for him. We fell in love playing Legion. We've been together for 11 years. Should have had your wedding online. Been playing WoW since 2006. 2006. It's unrecognizable. I don't play anymore. There's a great book on the history of Blizzard called Play Nice. Reads like an autopsy. It starts a birth announcement. Okay. Building Things says, I really don't know how you run one of the greatest games and franchises of all time into the ground at such a rapid rate. To even hire research groups blows my mind. Is everyone at Blizzard really that out of touch with reality? Yeah, I think they are. Clearly. So here we go. I got to look at these forums. Just in this thread that I wish we hadn't called it Warcraft thread, there's some really interesting responses. It makes total sense. They want a Barbie life simulator of sorts. It doesn't fit with Warcraft. They're all the same team, bro. The original creators left on a golden parachute. Can't say I blame them. Years ago after Legion was done. I think they're aiming for Roblox, a Roblox style of game, complete with PDF files. I don't know. Which would be cool if they basically provide a shell that players could build upon. And then maybe I would get Classic Plus. I liked after SOD. I don't think I will enjoy a Classic Plus Blizzard although a lot of people will. Okay. This person said G.I. Joe existed as a toy line because of the need to indoctrinate young boys into the military industrial complex. Oh, fuck off. Fuck off. G.I. Joe. Oh my God. That's dumb as shit. That is the dumbest shit. I thought it was to get boys to stop playing cowboys and Indians and get them playing with dolls indoors like girls did. Yeah, the original G.I. Joes were dolls, man. They were basically Ken dolls with military uniforms. To your point, these companies know how to make good games, but they're more interested in making profitable ones, as these two things don't always go together. Unfortunately, in the case of WoW, it went from everybody's game classic to a game for everybody retail. If you can spot the difference, then you're in good shape. Current WoW is a bad parody of a bad WoW clone with cringe lore. Wow. It has the name because the game Warcraft was supposed to be Warhammer, just like StarCraft was supposed to be Warhammer 40K. Problem is, Games Workshop, being the maker of many poor life choices, declined Blizzard twice and doubled down on stupid. So Blizzard simply renamed the copy-paste Warhammer game to Warcraft and StarCraft. Now you know. Yeah. I love the original Warcraft games. I do. But yeah, so this is interesting. They definitely have a modern audience now, and you can see a divide. Again, I'm not a huge Warcraft fan now, modern Warcraft, but you can see a definite difference between the classic players and the new players, and it just sounds like it's going down the same route as D&D. So good luck with all that, because Microsoft doesn't give a shit, man. Microsoft, if you're not making the profit they want, you're done. So, I mean, there could come a time where they just pull the plug on it. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So there we go, guys. What do you think? Going to wrap it up. Please subscribe. We'll talk later.